Welcome to the Lovestead.
Hello, welcome back to Lady Lovestead Reads. I'm Jessica and this is the vlog. I don't know if this vlog is going to have a theme or not, but what I'm reading here is Loveless by Alice Oseman. I haven't started it yet. What I know about it is that it is YA, I think, and it is a contemporary story about an asexual character. So I'm really excited to get to it. It fits right in with the June queer readathon month, all those themes to celebrate Pride Month. And I've heard wonderful things about Alice Oseman. She wrote the Heartstopper series, which is all over everywhere. And I'm excited for this. It is one of my 5-star predictions. So I'm going to start reading it today. Today is Wednesday. It's a Wednesday in June. The weather is lovely. I have something going on with my knee. It is very swollen. It doesn't hurt, but it's like swollen enough that my range of motion is affected and I need to stay off of it. So while it is a gorgeous day, I'm probably just going to be working and then after work reading. I'm on my lunch break right now. So get back to work after lunch and then get to reading because I need to just ice and elevate this knee. I don't know what I did to it. I think it is something to do with riding. So I have been taking horseback riding lessons, and with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, I'm very prone to injuries. I do have a bad knee already. It's got like bursitis, tendonitis, and arthritis, all the itis in this knee. And something about some of the work I was doing in my riding lesson Monday night, just, I don't know if I tweaked it or what, but something in the knee is flaring up for me. So I'm going to have to find some workarounds with my writing and do some focus on, once I get it healed up and the swelling is down, focus on strengthening the muscles around that knee even more and all that jazz. So long story short, I'm reading Loveless and not doing anything tonight except logging out of work and reading. So I hope you're all doing well. My first question for you for this vlog is to tell me something you're looking forward to about your summer, whether it's like a trip or an activity or a restaurant that's only open in the summer, an ice cream shop that's only open in the summer. Tell me something that you enjoy doing in the summer. Hi vlog, how you doing? So Cherry's hissing at Orlando, who's sitting by me, because I am real laid up this go around. Those of you who don't know yet, I have a genetic condition called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is basically, it means all of my connective tissue is faulty and I'm very much prone to injuries and chronic pain, chronic fatigue, chronic illness, a host of all kinds of nasties. So Tuesday I started to get some swelling and inflammation in this knee, and it got pretty bad yesterday, Wednesday. So I was using a cane to walk around, and then because I was using a cane, the cane and the pressure on like my hands and my shoulders, now those joints are inflamed and swollen. And my knee does feel like it's slowly getting better, but it's taking a long time. And it hasn't been this bad in a while. Probably 7 years was the last time that I was laid up with this knee this bad. And it's really limiting my mobility, and I've got so many things I need to do around the farm that require a functioning body, and it's just, don't eat the plant, honey. Come on, don't eat that plant. It's not good for you. So I'm feeling stressed. I'm feeling really stressed, and it's about noon here on Thursday, and I don't have to go into work until 1. I just don't want you eating the plant. So I thought I'd pop in for a check-in. This just like, it's just so triggering for me because typically I can function, and I might have some pain and some fatigue, but typically I can still function and do a lot of the things that an able-bodied person would do. And so I tend to forget that I am disabled until something like this happens. And then it's like reality check. You are disabled. You do have this condition with a life expectancy of 48 years old. It's just not a fun reminder, like psychologically. And like the life expectancy thing, I think I'm going to be okay because, because my mother has the same thing. And she's like 57. She's doing okay. So I'm not too worried about that. But it is the reality of this disorder that I have. And that can be hard to wrap my head around psychologically. And I like to be able to forget about it. And then this will happen and it's like, reminder, you are not okay. So yeah, basically I feel like crap. I let myself sleep a lot last night because sleep heals, right? When you're dealing with these kinds of injuries, sleep heals. So I didn't get out of bed until 11:30 today, which is fine because I don't go to work until 1. But now I have a headache because of sleeping too much. And now like this side of my neck and my shoulders are all jacked up because of using cane. And I don't know. It's just a lot to deal with sometimes. And like I understand that there are folks out there who have much more challenging conditions than what I have. But I think everybody deals with something and it's okay to like not feel great about it all the time and not always feel grateful and not always feel good just because I might function more able-bodiedly than other people typically. Like, I don't know, I'm rambling. I think it's gonna be okay. Like, this too shall pass. Like, the swelling will go down. It'll get better. It just might take some time. And then I just need to keep doing what I'm doing. Keep focusing on the healthy habits that I'm building. Keep working on getting good nutrition. Keep doing my physical therapy. Keep building strength. Keep working on my fitness. I'll just keep doing the things that I'm already working on. It just is a setback, and I'm trying to remind myself of that. So, okay, so what are some good things that I can still engage in today? So, I can still be here with y'all. That's amazing. That's a huge, important part of my life. You are my social life. I can still read amazing books. I can still watch your book. You know what? That's what I'll do today while I'm working and while I'm not doing farm chores. I'll catch up on your booktube videos. That's the plan. I'll do that. I can still water my garden. I can still read really amazing books. I can still snuggle my cats and my dogs. I put on a dress today so that I could feel pretty. I didn't do my makeup, but I'm wearing a dress and that makes me happy. We'll go with that. Now let me update you on Loveless. Last night I did read about 50 pages of Loveless and I love it. I didn't get as much reading done as I thought I would because I was watching a baseball game. If you've been here, you know I'm a huge White Sox fan, so we were watching the Sox play the Dodgers, and yesterday we beat them and today we lost, and so darn it. What I've read so far is like Georgia is the main character and she has these two really close friends named Pip and Jason, and they're at their senior prom after party and they're 18, I think. Yeah, 18. And Georgia's never kissed anyone, but she's had like this long-term crush on this guy named Tommy. And so she decides at this party that she is going to kiss Tommy. And Tommy apparently seems on board with this. So they're sitting by this bonfire at the after party. He's like flirting with her. And he moves in for a kiss. And she's suddenly just completely disgusted by the whole idea and like pushes him away, and his arm falls in the fire, and like he's fine, but like drama ensues. And it's kind of a real intense and life-changing moment for Georgia. Bless you, Cherry. Cherry just gave a little sneeze. So that moment is kind of a life-changing moment for Georgia. She realizes that she's never really had a crush on Tommy. She's never really had a crush on anyone. The thought of actually engaging in intimacy, like physical intimacy, disgusts her and repulses her. And she just feels like she's completely abnormal, that there's something wrong with her, that she's not doing life correctly. And she's struggling with it because she loves romance. Like, she loves to read romance books and talk about like the romantic relationships in her life. Like, her parents had this really beautiful love story, and she likes watching romance movies. Like, she's a huge fan of romance and a huge fan of love. And so she's really afraid now that she is going to be loveless her whole life. And now the three of them are going off to college, and they're all enrolled in the same university, and she's moving in to her college, which in the US we'd call it a dorm. But she's moving in, she has a roommate, and that's where we're at. So far I really like it. I'd be interested, like, so far it looks like this character, she doesn't realize it, but it looks like Georgia is asexual and sex repulsed. And not everybody on the asexual spectrum is sex repulsed. So I feel like Alice Oseman is kind of depicting her on a farther end of the spectrum, whereas a lot of asexuals are somewhere in the middle. And that's fine, because I think sometimes people who have no idea what asexuality is and have a hard time wrapping their head around it probably need to see that further into the spectrum depiction before they can start trying to understand those of us who are more in the gray area. But for me as a reader and as someone on the A spectrum myself, I am kind of craving to see more characters in that gray area. But again, there's nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong with this character at all. So that's where I'm at on Loveless. That's where I'm at with my day, with my week, with my life. So I don't know when I'll check in next, but I will see you then. This is one of my favorite breakfasts ever. It's avocado with cottage cheese and black pepper. And some people probably find it so gross, but I love it. Do you like cottage cheese and avocado? Tell me, here's the next question for you all in this vlog. Tell me down below some of your favorite breakfast foods. Orlando, say hi. Say hi to our friends. You're so cute. It is Saturday, and I'm here with a check-in. Oh no. I have a spot of avocado on my shirt. Okay, it's fine. We'll just keep going. So it's Saturday. Nope, can't do it. Hold, please. Okay, take two. I changed my shirt. I know I've mentioned this before a couple of times on my channel, but I am neurodivergent. I'm on the autism spectrum, and before the most recent update of the DSM, I would have been called Asperger's. So actually there's a booktuber who did a really good video about this. Her name is Lily, and I will link you to her video down below, but she did a really good like informational video about autism spectrum disorder and why they removed the Asperger's diagnosis from it. Yeah, so I'll link you to that video down below if you're interested. But anyway, I haven't shared a whole lot about like how that actually affects me. And one of the sensory things that I get is if I have any kind of food or stain on my clothing, it's like it's not on my clothing. I can feel it on my skin. And it drives me so bananas. Like, it's such an irritable thing for me, like, and it distracts me and I can't focus on anything else because all I'm doing is like feeling that on my skin. So I am pretty good about keeping my clothes clean throughout the day because of that. Like, I'm pretty careful about not getting stuff on my shirts and whatever, but even that little spot of avocado, I was like feeling it on my skin and I couldn't focus on anything. So that's one of my weird sensory things. I guess it's not weird, it's just one of the sensory things that I experience with it. Speaking of autism, Georgia, this book has some coding in here for Georgia possibly being on the spectrum. I don't know if that's intentional or what, but like some of the social issues that Georgia has really speak to me in terms of autism spectrum disorder. And a lot of folks on the autism spectrum disorder are also on the asexual spectrum, and there's strong overlap there. So I don't know if that was intentional by Alice Oseman, if that's what she was going for, or if those social things were part of her trying to illustrate asexuality. I don't know. It's interesting. If you've read this book, and you're picking up on that as well, let me know down below, because I feel like I need to talk to somebody about that and see if I'm getting that correct, if that's what it was supposed to be in the book, because that's what I'm picking up on. But I really like this book. Oh my goodness. It is giving me those moments where when you're reading and you just have to stop and be like, you know, because there have been some points with this one person in her life where she's trying out a romantic relationship now with them, and I just want them to be together, and I want them to be together and to have this beautiful like partnership, and for it to be like a wonderful, loving, healthy thing for both of them. And I just want that so bad. But I'm also really scared because I think there's going to be some conflicts coming up, because there always is in these kind of stories. And I don't know where she's going to go with it. And this story has the potential to really break my heart if Georgia and this person don't end up in like a beautiful, loving partnership. So I'm a little nervous. But basically, I'm at the point in the story where she's become pretty good friends with her roommate. Her roommate's name is Rooney, and Rooney cracks me up. She is such a little spitfire. I just think she's the funnest little character, and she's got such a personality, and I love her. Oh, glasses glare, sorry about that. I would be really annoyed by her if I knew her in reality. Like, I think about Rooney in the same way that I think about Lorelai Gilmore from the Gilmore Girls. Like, I love observing them as characters, and I just think that they're fantastic. But if I knew them in person in my own life, I would be absolutely exhausted by them. Like, absolutely exhausted. Like, they would be major energy drain for me to spend a whole lot of time with them, even if I loved them. Even if I loved them and, you know, I thought they were great, they still would just like, oh my gosh, I can only spend a certain amount of time with them. You know what I mean? And so Rooney is definitely giving me some Lorelai Gilmore vibes, and that she's got that high energy, and she's very bubbly, and she's super sociable, and she's funny. Like, she has some really funny moments. And there are some lines in this book so far that have made me laugh out loud. Okay, so I've tabbed a couple of them to share with you. So one of them is they're going out to a club, and Georgia like doesn't like to go to clubs. And so it says on page 71, most people my age had been to clubs by now. Most people I'd known in year 13 had frequented the club in our nearest town, which from what I'd heard was a sticky, terrifying hellhole of regrets. That's funny. Like, come on, that's funny. That's a great line. She's like got really good one-liners in here. So here's another one. So at this point, Georgia is letting her roommate Rooney help her like find someone to kiss. And so this is on page 76, and Rooney says, trust me, she grinned. I know a lot about relationships. What did that mean? Okay, I said, so I just pick a person and you'll set this up? Yes, sound good? Yeah. If the university experience was all about bad decisions, at least I was doing something right. it's, oh, it's so funny. Like, there are such funny moments in here, and it's these zingy little one-liners that Alice Oseman puts in there. And so far, I'm just having such a great time with this story, but I also think it might break my heart. So that's where I'm at with it. I'm at page 138. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention about this that I find kind of refreshing is that she gives the the chapters titles. So it's not just like chapter 1, chapter 2. She actually gives them titles like Last Chance. And I find that really refreshing because I don't think many writers do that anymore. And so, like, romance, truth or dare. I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying the titles to the chapters. And the chapters are really short. They're like 2 to 3 pages. So as you're reading it, you're going through like chapter, chapter, chapter. It feels like you're really making some progress and you get that serotonin hit, you know? So yeah, overall I'm having a good time. Having a great time. Yesterday was Friday. I didn't check in. I tried to check in, but everything went awry. I went out to the barn with Brandon after work because I needed to clean the stalls. Like, the stalls were very poopy because I hadn't been out in a few days because of my knee. So I went out with Brandon and I cleaned the stalls, and I was able to do that except for pushing the wheelbarrow down the hill to the poop pile. So Brandon had to do that for me because that was putting too much pressure on my knee to do that. Otherwise, I was able to do all the cleaning myself. My knee is feeling a lot better. Like, it's a lot better today, even after going out last night. And I think tomorrow I'll probably go out again and see if I can do it on my own. So making progress there. It's feeling better. What else did we do? Oh, I wanted to order pizza from like this restaurant that serves these really great Italian style Neapolitan pizzas. So I put in an order, and then we were going to go pick it up, but we forgot that it was like our city's civic celebration where they've got like carnival rides and they were having a parade and, you know, typical summer civic celebrations in Midwestern United States. And every road to the pizza place was blocked off because they were getting ready for the parade. And like, I tried every different like angle to get in there, and we couldn't get to the restaurant. So I blew a bunch of money on gas trying to get there. We didn't get our food, you know, like, it was frustrating. And like, I was a very moody Judy when we got home. So I didn't end up like continuing to update you on Friday. I just like sat in my chair and read my book. And let myself be moody, because like, I was hungry and I couldn't get to the food, and yeah, you know how it is. So what did we, oh, Brandon ordered Indian food, and thankfully I think that the pizza place refunded me my money because I called them and I was like, I'm so sorry, we can't physically get to you to pick up our order. And they were like, it's fine, we'll try to refund you. And I was like, you know, you don't have to, because like, you made the food, so if you can't refund me, that's fine. But they were really nice about it. So it turned out fine, but it was just one of those moments, you know, those moments where it was like, I was really hungry and nothing was working out in my favor. So I just put myself in timeout and read my book. So that was Friday. And today is Saturday. I need to do some grading for my students, and then I don't know what I'll do. So there we are. Hey, Bubbles. Want some watermelon? Yeah. Hello, my friends. It is Monday, and yesterday I finished Loveless, and it was incredible. This is one of the best books that I've read all year. It got me in my feelings big time. But more than that, it's such a good depiction of asexuality. Georgia in here is asexual, aromantic. And one of the things that she really struggles with is this idea that she's going to be loveless, the title, her whole life. And she is just going to be alone her whole life. And this book really illustrates how, I can't keep my tripod is wiggling here. I'm sorry if you're getting shaky vision. But this book really illustrates how if you are asexual and aromantic, you don't have to be alone for your whole life. You can have people in your life, and you can have love in your life. It's just not going to look the way that media portrays relationships being. And part of what I love about asexuality just in general is that, like, thinking about things in terms of asexuality and aromantic. So like they separate it out. You've got romantic attraction and sexual attraction. And I love separating those things out because it really changes the way we can conceptualize how relationships work and how relationships are structured, who we can be in a relationship with, and how we can be in relationship. And it's such a cool thing to be a part of. I myself am asexual panromantic. So, I didn't identify with all of what Georgia talked about here, but it's just such a good illustration of what someone who is on this sexual spectrum can experience, some things that they'll think about, some of their struggles, some of their issues of even figuring out who they are and what they are and how they are, and it's just so good. So the chapter called Grand Gesture at the end, oh my gosh, it broke me. It absolutely broke me. Not because it was sad, but because it was so beautiful. Like, it was so beautiful. It was everything that I wanted for Georgia, and like so satisfying and so good. I haven't put this through my Copile system yet, but I do think this is going to be a 5-star read for me. It's definitely right up there with one of the best books that I have read in 2022. And I highly recommend this if you want to learn more about being on the asexual spectrum. I highly recommend this if you think that you might be on the asexual spectrum and are trying to figure things out. And I just highly recommend this if you really like contemporary romance and you like new adult. I know this is like officially categorized as young adult, but I think it's more new adult because they're in college, they're not in high school. Loved it. Abso-freaking-lutely loved it. And I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this vlog here and get the next one started. So let me know down below if you have read this book, what you thought of it, if you're interested in reading it, if you have any questions about either the book or about asexuality. I'll try my best to answer them, though I am not an expert. And I think I had asked a couple other questions earlier in the vlog to chat about down below. If you just want to let me know that you're here, leave me heart emojis in the color of the asexual pride flag. And if you don't know, the asexual pride flag colors are purple, black, and gray. And yeah, until next time, make sure that you continue to read good books, drink good coffee, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.